Hi everyone, this is Miss Crafty G. Welcome back. Well, I've been on this venture of making snippets, and I really enjoy making my snippets, and I've been doing that for a little bit now. And I've decided to start making snippet rolls. So, when I start getting involved with something, I don't just make one, I just go all the way. So, 2 days ago, I made my first snippet, and I just wanted to share that experience with you and get your ideas and tell me what you think about it and some feedback. So, I'll show you the first one that I made and what I decided to do. This is the first one that I made, and I used glue and I sewed a few things on it, but I glued it first and then I wind up sewing just one stitch down the middle of it. And that took some time. So this one took me a little bit of time to do. So rather than do it on the video, I said, well, let me just go ahead and make it and then kind of share my uh, finished product with you. So I want you guys to tell me what you think. So I use a piece of muslin, and it's I'd say about 2 inches wide, and this is about 36 inches long. And I thought it turned out really nice. So here we go. I want you guys to see. Look how beautiful this is. Yeah, look at that. As you can see, look at that. See that? Isn't that pretty? I just use different pieces of fabric and lace, and this is a butterfly, and this is actually right here. I bought some trim, and then I cut pieces of the trim and put it there. But and I still have to like glue down some of these pieces, but for the most part, it's sewed down or it's glued down. So this was my first one. I thought isn't that pretty? Look at that. You see? And this is just a piece of a garter. What I did is I cut that up, and this is eyelash lace and trim, and here's some other trim, and this was from a doily. This was some material that had the word Paris in it, so I decided to just cut the words Paris out, and this also was that material, and I cut that out, and I trimmed that and put some lace over it. But this was my first one, and for my first one, I thought it was so beautiful, so pretty. Look at that. Look at that lace, and this is some more the trimming and a lot of odds and ends that I had. And look at that, some more lace, and this is a piece of satin that I cut up, and some more trimming. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Some satin. So I think I'm going to name them, because you can never make two of the same ones. I mean, they're always going to be different. You see that? Isn't that pretty? So this was the first one that I made, guys. I thought that was really beautiful. So this was the first one. And so I went and I used a piece of muslin. This is the second one. And I used muslin, and what I did is I was using a little one of those tray tables, and on the tray tables I put the muslin down, and I was using glue, and then as I was gluing it, it stuck to the table and it pulled up the paint. So I'm going to have to cover the back of all of these with some sort of like doily or some sort of lace to cover this up, but this is a lot of glue on the back of it. So anyway, so this was my second one, and oh, it is, are you ready for this? I don't know if I want to show you, but it's so pretty. Here we go. Look at this, guys. OMG, is that amazing? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It's almost like for a baby's room. You could take and you could put little pictures of newborn baby, if it's a little boy, or even a little girl, because it's like these kind of like neutral colors, because it has the mint green or even the coral blue. I love Tiffany blue, so it almost has those colors in it. But look at that, isn't that beautiful? And this is from a wedding gown, or actually I got the trimming from the fabric store. So I put a button here, I sewed this on, and a lot of this is glued down though, as you can see. Look at that. This is lace, and this is actually curtain material. I cut this is curtain material, this is lace. Look at that, this is just some pieces of material, satin. This was from a doily. And again, these are words, you know, from fabric that have like little words in it. And I just kind of like ripped those out and kind of like glued them on there. Look at that, isn't that pretty? It's almost like a beachy theme too. Look at that. And it has the seafoam green satin in there. And again, these are not, I mean, I still have to do, you know, add some more embellishments to it. Maybe some bling. I think that would be really pretty. But look at that. Isn't that pretty? I think I might add some, like I said, bling or some gemstones. Look at this. This is from the garter. I used that on the other one too. Look at that. This is for a doily. That's pretty. Look at that. That's from a large centerpiece doily. I cut that up, added that there, added Paris. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. You can see where I hand sewed that on. Oh, this is so pretty. And you can use these for, you know, your junk journals. You can use them for, you know, belly bands if you want in your junk journals. Or, you know, some people would take them, you could actually cut them and use them as gift tags. I mean, but who would want to cut this up? I wouldn't want to cut it up. Or what I did is I left the extra piece on there, so after I finished doing the back, you could actually take it and you could put it on a roll, which I plan on doing as well. You could put it on a roll, and then, you know, a piece of wooden spool, and roll it up, and you can give it away as a gift, or you can do whatever you want with it. You can sell it if you plan on doing that. You can actually use this in a child's room and put pictures, beautiful pictures. That would be really, really nice. If you wanted to, you can actually take black and white pictures of your children, or if you have pictures, make them black and white. Decoupage the picture, okay, where it has this almost like a leathery feel after you finish with it. Tear it out, you know, tear around it so it almost looks vintage, and then add them to the snippet roll. That would be really beautiful. I think I might do that just so you guys have an idea what it might look like. But yeah, this was my second one. And then what happened is like, oh my God, I can't stop. I go to bed at night thinking about what's the next one I'm gonna make. So I decided, hey, why stop here? So that was day 2. So now I've been doing these for about, I'd say 4 days now. So this is day 2. So this is my second one. Tell me which one you like. If you like the first one or the second one. Oh, I still have some more to show you guys. So that was day 1, day 2, and I decided this was day 3. Here we go. Again, I'm going to name these. So there's still stuff that I have to do with them, but I decided, you know, I just want to share what I started with you. So here we go. Here's day 3. Here we go. This was another pink one that I did. It's a lot different than the other first one that I made, but look at that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? This has a lot more in it as well. You may see some of the same pieces, but you know what I did on this one? This one is all hand sewn, as you can see on the back, because what I decided, I was like, okay, gluing, it takes time to take the glue, stick the pieces on. Sometimes it pulls back up, but glue is perfect. This, I love this glue and I stand by it. I love it. I'm still going to be using it, but what I decided to do was take my Snippet roll and I laid it down, the muslin, I laid it down, and then what I did was actually layered a lot of the pieces down, and as I laid them down, I took my needle and thread, picked it up, and then I just started sewing in and out of it. So that made it a lot easier. Took a little bit of time to do that, but what I did is I hand sewed everything. As you can see on the back, you see that? How I sewed it together? And what I plan on doing is still going back in the loose ends. I will go in and put the glue in it, on it. And then the gemstones, or whatever bling or, embellishments that I want to add on there, some buttons. Because, you still have to add a whole bunch of other stuff on here. But isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? You see the dragonfly, isn't that pretty? The dragonfly, some roses. And this is a lot of vintage material here. What I did is I just cut them, snippets. Cut them, put them aside, put them in piles, and then determine where I'm going to put it. It's just, the hardest part is putting it together and making it your own. But you know what? No two are the same. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I just love this. This right here, it almost looks like a window, you would see in a church or something. That's pretty. Look at that, the leaves. This is a pretty little flower, and this is satin material. You see this? This, if you remember my first video that I ever did, I showed you guys how I got this material, and I have so much of it. I must have about 5 yards of it. So you'll probably see this in a lot of my projects. This right here is a piece of satin. Not a piece of satin. It's a big piece of material, and it's almost like organza, and it has like these flowers on it, trees on it, and I have to use it up. So I'm using the organza. I'm cutting the organza pieces out, and I'm actually cutting the flowers out, and I'm just sticking to it. So if you look at this one, you'll see that this is just a piece of organza. That's from that, and I just took it and put it there. But isn't it pretty though? I think it's cool. And this is that material. It says France on there, and I sewed that on there. Dragonfly. This right here is the extra material from my wedding dress when I was married. But when I got married, this was a altered, when I had my alterations done, it was just the extra material. So I have a little bit left of that. See that? Look at the butterfly. Isn't that pretty? And there's those little, almost looks like bamboo trees, I guess. But yeah, this was all hand sewn. This one doesn't have any glue on it yet. But as you can see, I hand stitched this whole thing. Took a little bit of time, but it was well worth it. And this one happened to be a little bit wide. I would say this is maybe 3 inches. Let's see. Where's my ruler? I know I have a ruler around here. Give me 1 minute. Here we go. Let's see. I'm curious. If we take this, let's see. Yep, about 3.5 inches wide. About 3.5. About 3.5 inches wide. So this one's a little bigger. And I realized that after I started doing it, I didn't measure it out. But this was maybe a piece of, when I was doing these, I kind of like ripped it out and ripped those off to be the same size, and this one was left. But yeah, isn't that pretty? And again, I left a piece just in case you put it on a roll. And as you can see, what do you guys think? So that's day 3. And then today is day 4. So, of course, I wanted to do, no, actually yesterday's day 4, right? Because today is day 5. So I made this one yesterday. Now this one is smaller. Again, this is hand sewn as well because I found the process to me is a little quicker if I hand sew it and then I can go back in and then I could put the glue in certain areas. And then if anybody wanted to buy this or use it, they can actually, it won't be so much glue on it. They can actually cut it and depending on what they want to do, or if they want to take it apart and use some of the fabric, that would be up to them. But this is all hand sewn, and the measurements on this one, this is smaller. This is about, actually, this is about 2 inches wide, so this one must have been about, let's see. Yep, this is about 3 inches wide. This is about 3 inches. These are 3 inches wide, and this one's a little bigger. So this is 2 inches wide. Okay, so this one was done. I did this one yesterday, and I'm like, again, when I go and start doing something, I go all the way until I master it. So I guess right now I'm on snippets and a snippet roll. So right now, this week is a snippet roll. So this one is yesterday's project. So here we go. Are you ready? Do I need a drum roll? Here we go. This is so beautiful. I think everything I do is beautiful, but maybe you guys can give me your true opinion. Here we go. Look at this one. This goes down like that. Here we go. Look at this. This one has, I love the green. This is green satin. A lot of this is the same material that I had used in the other ones, but as you can see, look at that. Isn't that pretty? This one is seam binding. I don't know her name. Matter of fact, let me see. I ordered some seam binding from, what is her name? Off of her Etsy shop. And she is, let's see. And I hope you don't mind me sharing, but it's from Scrap Cabin Shop. Is that the name? Scrap Cabin Shop? That's all I see. Let's see. Maybe I can get a Scrap Cabin Shop. Let me see. I'm going to open this up. But I was on Pinterest and I saw, my Scrap Cabin Shop. I was on Pinterest and, of course, just looking through stuff, and I came across, because I was looking for some seam binding, and I came across this young lady's Etsy. Yeah, I think she had Etsy shop. Yeah, Etsy shop. And she had the most beautiful colors. Oh my God. So I said, you know what? I got to have them. And the prices were reasonable. I don't remember her price. I don't sell stuff for her, but I just wanted to share. Look at all these beautiful colors. Oh my yumminess. It's almost like candy. Look at that. Aren't these beautiful? Oh my goodness, I'm going to have a field day with these, but I just wanted to show you these beautiful colors. So I use this one in here, and I use this one. And I don't have the colors because it doesn't say the colors on here. However, I do have them on my invoice. But I thought if you go on her site, you'll see. Look at that. Aren't these beautiful? Yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Look at this. So delicious. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I got my seam binding, and I'm excited about that because that'll allow me to do more projects. So here we go. So here it is right here. I use that color, and that's the green one. I wanted to kind of match up the colors, but I didn't want it to be too green in there. But as you can see, isn't that pretty? What do you guys think? So I did this one yesterday. And again, this is all hand sewn, and everything is pretty secure, but of course I have to go back in and with the glue and all that good stuff and add some buttons and embellishments. But look at that. Again, this is beautiful. And these would be awesome for your junk journals, or if you just wanted to make them as a bookmark. Beautiful. Junk journals, different crafting, for scrapbooking. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so that's day 4. Now, today we're at day 5, and this is the last one, but I want to at least show this last one to you before we go. Here we go. This is today. Are you ready? All right, I don't hear you. Okay. This is today, everyone. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? This is today. Look at that. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Again, this is all hand sewn. Look at that. And I use different doilies. I cut out this is a half a doily. This is really what I tea stained this one. It was as white as this, but what I did is I tea stained that, and then I just cut that one in half, and I just added that a few places in here. As you can see, I put it up here. This is, again, from that large piece of doily. It was a centerpiece, and I just cut it up in pieces. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Pretty, pretty, pretty. Look at that. It's from a doily. And again, this is hand sewn. Every bit of this is hand sewn. So I just find it a lot easier if I lay it down, put a little bit at a time. Because if you put them all on there and then try to sew it, they're going to fall. Because I tried that. They're going to fall. So you put a little bit on, sew it. Then you put it down. You put the rest of your pattern down the way you want it. You sew it. Put some more down, sew it, and then as you do it, you can fold it, and this way you're keeping it neat. So I'm not going to do a snippet roll today, but I will prepare myself to do one, so this way we can do it together and you can see how we put it together. But I at least wanted to share this one with you so you can have an idea. So again, this was today's. When everybody's seeing, I love to find out if you guys can give me your comments and your feedback on how I can do this better, if you have a better way of doing it. What do you think about the colors, or what do you think about, again, this is my first time ever doing it. I did it 5 days ago, so I just went on and on and on. So I don't know how many more days I'm going to be doing this, but right now I'm like hooked. So I'm not going to stop. I even watch all the Snippet YouTube channels. I love all you ladies out there that are involved in snippets, crafting, junk journals. I love you. I wake up to you guys. So just want to let you know, YouTube crafters, I love you. I love you. So today's snippet roll, here we go. This one. I'd love to get your feedback on that. That's one. Then we have yesterday's. So yesterday was Wednesday. No, Tuesday. Tuesday, because today is Wednesday. So this is Tuesday's. Isn't that pretty? Okay. This is Monday. Maybe I'll name them. Tell me which ones you like. Please don't forget to comment and subscribe. That's this one. How about we call this Down by the Sea? How about we call this snippet roll Down by the Sea? Tell me what you ladies and guys think about this one. Tell me which one is your favorite. Then we have our last one. Last one. How about we call this one? I don't know. Pink butterfly. How about pink? We just call it pink. Isn't that pretty? Tell me what you guys think about that. Okay. So again, I enjoy you people, YouTube family out there. I enjoy you guys watching me. I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy evenings to spend with me, and I look forward to your comments. And if you could ever be so kind and subscribe, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good night. Bye.